G'day,
You're not going to
g'day.
believe it, Grovesy. Episode 10.
10 double figures.
Double figures. It's a big number, you know? 10's,
Gone quick. 2.5
yeah.
months, that means. That's 2.5 months we've been going then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And still alive and
Yeah.
still talking shit.
Yeah.
And
And we're still two Aussie investors.
with there's still two of us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we are the Two Aussie Investors. I guess I'll introduce myself. I'm Anzac and the incredible, the never duplicated Grovesy.
Grovesy. Whoop, 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 whoop.
And the crowd goes wild. So, what do? We talk about lots of stuff. 5 things in particular. Number 1, NVX, Novonix.
NVX. Love it.
And believe it or not, that's what episode 10, we're going to talk about Two Aussie Investors a little bit, I guess, just a bit of reflection. But the idea was just only to talk about NVX, you remember?
Yeah.
Like it was just going to be the Novanix show. And then we thought, well, let's make it Two Aussie Investors and we'll throw in, Novanix, which is the Australian stock, battery materials we love, property, which we both love. But of recent times, we talk about it a bit less.
We're more on the macroeconomic factors at the moment.
Yeah.
Because they kind of seem to be dominating.
Yeah. But, we talk about property, and everybody seems to. It's such a common thing. You get
the barbecue topic, isn't it?
The barbecue topic, isn't it? You go to a barbecue, you talk about what? You talk about property and what?
And your job and any shares that you might think are going well.
But property and real estate, it seems to make its way into all barbecues. So we talk about Novanix, we talk about property, talk about shares. That's other shares as well, mainly NVX shares. We talk about Bitcoin, which I love, which you don't love, and crypto and a few of those other things. That always comes in there. It's interesting and fun. And the other one we talk about is
gold,
commodities, silver, commodities, precious metals.
I love coal at the moment. Go
coal. Yep. Coal.
Whitehaven going great guns at the moment.
Yeah. So there we go. Two Aussie Investors, episode 10. Congratulations, Grovesy. So I did email you a couple of little things that I thought would be kind of cool. Can you see that there?
See that? Yep.
Let's go. So why we started Two Aussie Investors. I'm doing a couple of other podcasts that, funny enough, haven't taken off as much as this one. And my sister actually said, you need to do a podcast on Novonix.
Yeah, because we're so passionate about it, I think.
Because I'd speak to you and we'd fucking talk about it for an hour.
Yeah.
But this is 6 months ago, both before it went to, when we bought it $1.60 and went to $12 before that, and during it and after it. And then it makes sense when you're news junkies like us on this shit. And
it's kind of morphed in. It's kind of morphed into the battery materials space, isn't it? We're just really interested in that space because it's a huge area of growth that's going to happen in the next 10 years. Whether you like it or not.
Look, you and I by no means don't think that it's the only company that's going to do well. With this,
there's definitely heaps that do well.
Revolution of change that's happening.
But I think, as we've discussed before, when you look back at the dot-com boom, there's really only maybe 4 or 5 major players that'll end up coming out of it that do really, really well, like your Amazons, your Googles. You think back in 2000, there was like Dogpile, the old browsers, Yahoo. No one uses Yahoo, do they?
No. Does exist still? Like everybody knows what it is,
but no one uses it to search. Everyone uses Google.
Yeah.
Well, that I know of anyway.
Yeah.
And that's what will happen in the battery material space, I think. And we're hoping that Novonix will be like the Microsoft or the Amazon of that space.
Yeah. Yeah. So why we started Two Aussie Investors, that's why, Novanix. That's why we started it, you know.
Well, and I guess we got a lot of good info from other people doing videos like this that kind of helped us.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. But like ours feels a bit more shit talking, you know.
We're not as formal as
scripted, you know, and ours every week and just bringing up the articles and, you know, talking about what's happened the past week. Maybe those exist. There's people out there that do that on Novanix, but I don't know. And I can't get enough Novanix. I can't get enough of this shit, you know.
Yeah. Well, and I think we started as well to increase our knowledge. Well, I know I did to learn more about crypto and things like that. So and going forward, it's about learning and then hopefully learning with our audience as well.
So how's it been going? It's been going well. 10 episodes. We always get people watching this, but it's not.
We're getting
not phenomenal numbers, but not once have we said like and subscribe. You know how people do that? Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Hit that like button.
Hit that like button. Well, we've never said that once because I just don't give a fuck, you know? Like,
it's opt-in. If you want to, you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Exactly. And maybe if we get a certain amount of subscribers and likes, you get what, fucking 50 cents? I couldn't give a fuck, you know? Don't subscribe, don't like. I don't give a fuck, you know? So,
and by the way, this is not financial advice to anyone watching.
Fuck no. We got to throw that in. Not financial advice. Not financial advice.
Yeah. Go speak to your stockbroker or accountant.
No, don't fucking listen to us. Best bits. 10 episodes, Grovesy. Best bits.
Well, I love having Andrew come on as our guest speaker. So hoping in the next 10 episodes we can get more people on. I'd love to get the crypto king on at some point. He's a mysterious fella, the old
You just
but he knows a lot. He knows, we can hide him.
We can hide
his face out.
Yeah, but put a mask on. Put masks out there.
He can be the Zorro.
But I'd like to get more, you know, guest speakers too. My real estate agent. I've even asked my broker that, you know, I've got a few properties through him, but I don't know how keen he is, but I asked him. And I've asked my real estate agent, I said that. A few crypto people.
And look, if any audience member out there wants to come on, then they're more than welcome.
Just hit us up. We'll take fucking anybody. You know.
Yep.
But importantly, when I tell people, I've told a couple of dads at my daughter's school about this, and as soon as you say you do a investing podcast, people want to talk about investing, and what do people want to talk about? Property prices going up, even lithium stocks are in there because they're the new.
That's all the rage.
Thing. And you know, crypto's popular. Everybody wants to talk about that. So it's even being off this camera, it's funny how it can influence your life a bit. Have you had that, Grovesy? Do you tell anyone you do this, or
I tell my family and friends, and
And what do your friends say? Do anyone want to see it, or they just then they start talking about investing with you? What do they do?
Yeah, they tend to start talking about investing, or what's happening, with rents in Melbourne, or property prices in Melbourne in particular. It's more Melbourne centric, of course.
Which is happening here in Sydney, you know. But it does, and it has changed
I guess
our lives a bit.
Money makes the world go round, and everyone, whether you like it or not, money influences your life.
Yeah,
at every point, really.
Yeah.
So the more knowledgeable you can be on it, the better, I think.
And for some reason, people get more interested in investing at this age. Like I'm 45 in a couple of months. And this is the age people, I don't know, that's what people talk about, you know?
I guess kids are over and you're now looking towards retirement, setting yourself up for retirement really at this age, paying your mortgages off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of that growth stage where a lot of people are at.
Yeah.
Surprised. My daughters watched it, so she was pretty keen.
This show? Oh, we'll have to F-bomb a lot less. Oh, sorry. Oh,
yeah. Wow. No, she loved it. Because I said, I do a podcast with Uncle Jules. She said, really? I don't believe you. I said, yeah, come watch it. So I sent her the link, and she came out all coy, and she said, you do a podcast. I said,
yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah, like I've got friends that watch it, you know, like we talked about the Crypto King, and it's wonderful when people say they watch it. I've got, you know, my quite a few of my mates have watched it and told me they enjoy it. But you know, you get comments to taking advice from you, and you know, like it's all kind of funny.
Well, hey, we're not, as we say, we're not financial advisors.
No fucking advice.
We're just two Aussie blokes banging on.
I really think if we can do 10 episodes, then we can do 100. And I've got no, you know, it's only making my life better and your life better.
Well, we're educating each other, and the more guests we can get on to educate us. Call out the Crypto King again. You got to come on. We need to hear this mysterious Crypto King. We need to hear from him.
Even regardless, it's if it's something you enjoy, then
and it's fun.
I can't see it stopping.
I enjoy talking about it, and then hopefully we become successful from it as well. Like in terms of our investing. What we invest in as well. And maybe we change someone's life. They buy a stock for.
Well, it's just interesting, like stuff that you've said and I've said has like, because you said this war was going to happen. I was like, nah, it's not going to happen. It happened. Like you said that NVX was going to go nuts, and I said it is, and it did. Like we've said about property prices going crazy. I was the first one out of, when you make a call, like I was the first one to say to my mates that we are in a property boom. And that was before any, it was in any magazines and stuff like that. Sorry, magazines on articles. And I said, we're in a property boom right now. And it was based on the fact that you went, to look at properties, and there was so many people and there's no stock, and prices are going up.
Because that was when you're looking for a place, wasn't it?
I was a bit after, and I was like, this is a property boom now, but it was before any articles were talking about it. And that's the first step now, or sorry, the first time you realize something is happening isn't when you read about it, it's when you physically go and see it,
experience it,
and then it gets researched and people talk about it. So I was the first person to say we're in a property boom, and then that happened. Things to change. There's a few things I want to change with Two Aussie Investors. Firstly, what do you want to change, Grovesy?
I know I'm pretty happy with a lot of it. Maybe we just we've got to tell ourselves not to waffle on as much.
Jesus, we can do that, can't we?
I guess we've got to probably keep it a bit more quicker and upbeat.
Because the other guys that do these good,
other guys just snap it out.
Move on, move on. That's it.
But that's, I think, because we're tired a lot of the time. We do this at 10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
It's the only time.
3 kids working all day.
3 kids. You're
knackered.
But I think we'll try and keep it more succinct for our audience.
Things I want to change. I, as you know, I want to get that theme song in there.
Yeah.
You know, and a bit of this and maybe some graphics and this and that. But it's
maybe
finding the time
maybe
to
some
do
more
it.
graphics. Maybe some more graphics in between, like per segment.
Yep.
Maybe more defined segments we need to do.
More defined segments.
But I think we've been doing that.
Yeah, things have been getting better.
Having a list.
Yeah, well, that's the next point. Things to change, things to improve. So yeah, that's what we want to improve is and I've got 2 microphones just sitting there, you know, and yet I use this shitty microphone from this laptop, so I can send one down to you, and I can keep one here, and we do it here. Do you know what I mean? Like, why don't I use a external good microphone if I've got it? You know, I've got no reason.
Sound quality.
Sound quality, improve sound quality and picture quality. But it's all that stuff. But I think if we're having fun and we don't care if people watch or don't watch us anyway, then it just doesn't matter, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, let's start the party. Grovesy's points of the day. Want me to do that first? And even a song for Grovesy's points of the day. Oh, that's a what would you do? Can you see that? Grovesy's point of the day. Last we did budget, so it's NVX, and then it's property and a lot of rent news.
Rents, rent increases.
Rent news, yeah. I do have a little what would you do. And what else is in there? Let's leave it like that. Okay, so NVX, the past week, let's pull up some articles.
Well, the first one I'd like to bring up was the one I sent you just before about, it's actually not to do with Novonix. It's actually to do with a company called Sara Resources.
Yep.
Now they're a natural graphite company.
I actually do own some Sara
I think
Resources.
you own some of these, don't you?
I bought. I know we don't talk about numbers, but I didn't buy much of it. I bought $3,000 of it. And that's you know, can be a lot or not a lot, but regardless, I bought it ages ago because I saw it on Motley Fool, which is a shares advice. You know, it's the courses, they flog courses to you, you know. Sell information, but I saw they were talking about it and I researched a little bit. So I do own Sara Resources, but I don't own much of them. So, you know, when you don't own much of, you know, a stock and it's doing well, you just think, oh, you know, I wish I owned more. So that's how I feel. I don't look at this and think, yay, I own $3,000. I think, boo, I didn't buy enough.
I should have put $30,000 in it.
Exactly. Like,
but
anyway, so what's this news, Grovesy? And what's it got to do with Novanix?
Well, the thing that got me excited about this was this is as you know, it's a natural graphite company. So it's in the same space as Novonix.
In Africa.
They've got a couple of, and they're developing a couple of other mines within Africa. But just today, they got $107 million loan.
How much?
$107 million loan from the US government.
And why did the US government give an Australian company? Is this one?
Well, I believe they've actually got a facility in America. So very similar to Novonix in that they're going to start producing the graphite or refining it in America. As you can see there. What does that say?
There you go. The first line,
the initial expansion of Sara's Videla AAM facility in Louisiana, USA.
So they mine natural graphite.
They mine natural graphite.
And I mean, what would help? Which company out of Novanix and Sara Resources would help the American economy more?
Well, I think Novonix, definitely.
Of course it would. Why?
Yeah, because they've already got the big blue factory there already.
Yep.
And they're actually producing already.
They're there.
It's just
that's the answer. They're there.
Whereas,
and they're not just digging up Africa. They're and putting it through a filter and putting some nice sticky tape on it in America. Novonix, they produce this synthetic graphite, not natural graphite, synthetic graphite in kilns in the USA, and it's employing a lot more Americans.
300 or 400 Americans. Yep. But the reason I thought this was significant is, Sara is probably around the same market cap, if not maybe a little bit less than Novonix.
A little bit less.
Similar kind of story to Novonix in that it's an Australian company. They're trying to build US facilities. And I just thought, wow, the US government's just given them $107 million. That means Novonix is definitely going to get some money soon. We're going to have to.
And I'd say a lot more, because it's not just that's all Novonix does. I mean, this is all Sara Resources do. Dig holes in Africa, refine it in the USA. But Novonix, having its research and development, it's working
in North America as well.
It's working to make other components of the battery better.
Exactly. Yep.
And what is better for the environment? Well, what makes a better battery? Synthetic graphite, what Novanix are doing, or natural graphite brought from Africa? And the answer. I know the answer. Novonix, everybody knows the answer. It's Novanix graphite.
Novonix DPMG process as well is the most environmentally friendly as well.
It's more environmentally friendly.
Than natural, the digging natural graphite out of the ground. And the main thing is that, as we know, Novonix's pure graphite product is you get like a 99% cycle rate versus synthetics about 97. And
look,
which doesn't sound like much.
The taboo topic, or the elephant in the room, is somebody, or who's getting fucked over in Africa? Am I allowed to say that, or is that rude? Is somebody getting fucked over there?
I'd say so. Yeah.
I'm sorry to say that, but they're there. They're bringing a product. They're bringing a mineral from there to America. Like it's like the cocoa farms where chocolate's so cheap that the people fucking growing the stuff don't have enough money to eat that fucking day. How does that make sense? Do you know what I mean?
That's right.
How does that make sense? Yeah. Is this the case there? Are there people that are not benefiting from this in Africa? Fuck, I bet there is.
Yeah, I bet there is. 100%.
Yeah. But that's not happening in Novanix. Do you know what I mean? Because this shit is being produced in fucking America. Nobody's getting fucked over in the States over the production of Novemix. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude to Sara Resources, but I'm stating an elephant in the room. Is this just it's happened so much, hasn't it? Okay, well, there you go. We're not going to go through all this, but you just wanted that one line, right? 107.
It's just 107 million bucks.
Yep.
Is a massive amount of money.
Massive amount, and Novonix is better for the world.
Better position, better product.
Better product, better for the environment, better for America.
Yeah, and better graphite as well.
Better graphite, better batteries, better, just better. Yeah. Everything else can fuck off. It's just better.
Yeah.
And they get 107 million, and they're not as good. So I'm
hoping. Yeah. I'm hoping this is the start of the flow of US government money. I'm hoping that's what this signals. Is why I was very excited when I read this.
For some reason, how did Novanix have this? So how did Sara Resources have this contact? Novonix has these contacts. So I want this fucking grant. Exactly. That's all I want to say. Yeah. I fucking want it. I fucking want this now. I'm fucking sick of people. This company, I've only got fucking $3,000 in this shit. Fucking pisses me off. I'm fucking pissed off. Give it to fucking Novonix, Biden, you fucking ditzy dipshit, fucking don't know what's fucking going on, doesn't know his head from his fucking asshole, that guy. Just make your, speak to fucking some puppeteers.
Speak to Novonix
fucking money,
Exactly. Release the cash. Give us the cash.
Fucking Release the hounds, Smithers.
Release the hounds.
Okay. All right. So there you go. So what did Sara go up? Yeah, I did see it. Went up 20%.
Went up like 20% or something today. Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah. Want to have a look? Yeah.
Yeah, have a look for the viewers.
Well, Sara is SYR.
AR or A, I think.
There, no, that's it. So went up 14%.
14%, yeah.
5 days, yeah. Look at that, 100 million.
Yeah, bang.
That's what I'll do. Yep. 1 month. In a way, it's had the same time, which was when Novanix pumped.
Yeah, just similar trajectory to Novonix, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hard word, trajectory. Trajectory. So late last year, a bit later, like the 30th December, I think Novonix pumped and dumped by then, but still up and down. There's a war. So 1 year.
Yeah,
this is where I bought, somewhere here.
Yeah.
I actually bought longer than that ago. Look at that. $3. So I was way up there at one stage, this company.
Jeez. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
2018. Then we went right down.
Yeah.
Past 5 years. Interesting. Okay, well, let's move on to NVX. So today, nothing in it today. 5 days, down 4%, not much.
Can't see anything there yet.
1 month, still up 7%, but unfortunately down from the peak.
Yeah, just kind of been going sideways a bit again, isn't it? Well, we need announcements. Let's be honest.
What do we? It's still above 6, so it's come up from. It did drop 590, a bit below 6. But before that, it was under 6 and down to And we look at 1 year. So up and down.
Yeah.
But where we
it hasn't gone below 6 for a while. All right. Well, hopefully, like if we get $107 million from the US government, I reckon it'll go up bloody 20-30%.
Oh, we deserve more. That's the truth is
200 million. Right.
Yeah, we deserve a lot more than double,
Yeah.
But that sets a standard, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, and that's what got me excited. It's the first significant amount of money I've seen that's gone to a critical battery material company.
This came out late last, just after our last gig. We did last Monday, and now it's Tuesday. So have investors fallen out of love with Novanix shares? Maybe a little bit.
I can't see anything.
I'm seeing share screening. You can't see that?
No.
Okay,
I'm looking at the graph.
Can you see that? You see me?
Mm-hmm. I can see you, yep.
Okay, let's try again. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm. Yep, can see that now.
Yep. Okay. Have investors fallen out of love with Novemix Novonix in 2022? It's just talked about how it's come down.
Yeah.
Excitement now turns into exhaustion. What? Execution, sorry.
Execution, yeah. So they want to see some production happening. And
they want to see stuff,
Yeah. We need some announcements, effectively.
We need some announcements.
What they're saying. Announcements or some government grants, and we'll see it run again big time.
Yeah. Yeah, look at this, interesting. So these are the drops. So we've seen in September 2020 dropped 43%. Okay,
yeah, right.
This is Novonix. In May 2021 dropped 40%, and then September 2021 dropped 23%, and this was the big drop.
Yeah, that was the December drop.
December drop, 52%. Woo!
Yeah.
So yeah, we have seen drops like this before.
Yeah. Yeah. And we might see some massive upticks as well.
Well, to have those big drops and for us still to be triple, what we first bought for, we've seen huge increases, and we've had amazing news. So there's another shit news too. Share price fell further 5%. I don't think there's much here. We've come up a bit since then.
Yeah, it's just saying it's following the battery index.
Yeah,
and that's showing the bond yields. Bond yields have gone up, which means growth stocks have gone down effectively.
Oh, this was a good article. This one here.
Yeah, this was great. Yeah, this one was really good.
Orphaned commodity, graphite overlooked.
Well, this was just recently too. This was was that today or yesterday? Yeah, it was today.
April 19th. What's the date today? It's April 19th.
Yeah, April 19th, yeah.
An orphaned commodity, graphite overlooked in race for EV minerals. Well,
because all the rage at the moment is lithium.
Lithium
stocks are going absolutely bonkers. And well, graphite I think was kind of all the rage, well, particularly for Novanix last year. But does that mean we're ready for another uplift? Is what this article is basically implying.
Yeah,
graphite, because graphite makes up a major component of a battery.
Exactly.
At some point, all the news and everything is going to come back to graphite again. At some point.
Yeah.
Because demand's going to be more than supply, prices are going to start going up.
Yeah.
If
more graphite is used in a lithium battery than lithium, like it's got the name, but remember it was Elon Musk who said the lithium battery should be called I think he said the nickel graphite battery or something.
The nickel
like
graphite, nickel and graphite are the major components.
Yeah. But if we've seen the pump for lithium, are we about?
It says it there. It says it, despite graphite making up more of the mass of electric vehicles, batteries, than any other mineral, haven't captured investors' attention. They've jumped 500%. Except for Novonix. Novonix has grabbed investors' attention over the last year.
Definitely.
They're probably more talking about the natural graphite companies, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. That's from, we forgot about graphite.
I generally think the world got lithium, and the next thing that it's going to come conversation will be, we forgot about graphite. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and this paragraph here, Credit Suisse research analyst forecasts a supply crunch as EV production ramps up, forcing a supply deficit of 32% by 2025. That's only 3 years away, and demand to grow fivefold by 2050.
It's huge, isn't it?
It looks a lot more like lithium 3 to 5 years ago. So you think of what's happened to lithium now, it's gone absolutely, ballistic.
Yeah.
So
graphite
in 5 years' time
is the lithium 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, imagine that. If graphite is the lithium, did it say 3 to 5 years ago? Yeah. 3 to 5 years ago. Well, you read that and you're like, this article makes you think, I want to buy some fucking graphite shares.
Yeah, that's what I thought immediately. All right.
Yeah.
And it talks about what we've talked about before.
Does it mention synthetic graphite? Sara Resources. Biggest
I think it does
ASX
talk a little bit about
natural graphite supplier.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say NVX anywhere.
No, it's more talking about the natural, I think. I don't think it says any.
Well,
it's just saying that they need
Novanix
more equity finance.
Better than natural graphite.
Exactly. Yeah. And battery makers aren't going to use all synthetic graphite. They'll use a combination of natural and synthetic.
Yeah.
But
all right. Well, the next one, funny enough, I can see on my phone this, but because I don't have subscribe on my laptop, I'm gonna have to subscribe so we can do Two Aussie Investors. Did you read this? Fake Tesla release sends lithium miners stock on a wild ride.
Really?
Yeah. So shares of Lithium Corp whipped up. It was just because it was a fake connection with Tesla. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
But,
well, I guess the lesson in that is only ever look at announcements that come from like an ASX here or a NASDAQ. Don't take any other news as gospel.
Yeah, but it happens. It made me think, how it's not that hard to make an official media release, is it? Just put a picture up there, put Novanix, put Tesla, deal, send it to a few people. I was sent that. I never got it. And you know.
Well, look at what Musk does. Like he just tweets something and it can change a stock's fortune.
Yeah.
Right. So,
all right. Moving on away from the batteries. So property rents. Well, it's property, but it's all about rents.
It's all rents have really been in the news over the last week.
Rents. Yeah.
Like the rental prices just going nuts.
Which makes you happy if you have an investment or two or three or four.
Yep.
The latest rental report provides good news for investors, but a blow to tenants.
Yeah, but in saying that, tenants have had a good go over the last 2 years.
Definitely, and
it's all part of the cycle.
If tenants got a place during the lockdown, they could be sitting pretty. I think there's a lot of people right now sitting pretty that got a cheaper place because they moved in during the lockdown and it was easier because there was less people. They got a good price in the city, this and that, and that's a great thing, you know. Okay, so here we go. The latest report has revealed that prices have hit a record high throughout Australia with strongest annual growth in 13 years. Wow, that's some big news there. And you know what? I'm going to predict that this isn't going to slow down, Grovesy. I'm going to predict this is just going to keep continuing. There's going to be a lot of talk about, a lot of property markets coming down in price a bit, but the number one thing will be rents going up, rents going up, rents going up.
Well, particularly because interest rates are going to go up, so investors are going to pass on a lot of that cost onto the tenant.
And because now there's not the pandemic,
and there's no
behind
supply.
Us. Well, there's people looking, there's people moving in to,
And there's been much less construction over the last 2 years because of the pandemic. So that's gonna feed into the market over the next couple of years.
Okay, I'm still at a loss for words though. So Stuart 15 runs his own day spa business, and okay, what am I bloody reading here? Okay, here we go. With this new high record of 500 a week, Brisbane is far from being the only city where tenants are hurting too. A report in the March reveals that house rents have surged even more strongly in Canberra, where now the highest national weekly rent is of 700. Okay. I'm just going to scroll down. I'm not going to read it all. Rents are going up.
Not much.
Rents are going up. Rents are going up.
Massive increases across the board.
Net's article.
Yep.
And it's the same thing. Okay. Here, this is the same type of thing. Sydney Morning Herald. Cashed up Sydney tree changes. So instead of being a sea changer where you move to the sea, tree changer, you move to the country.
Like Blue Mountains or...
or regional a bit. sent regional rents to records high. So you know, the people on the bigger bucks, the Sydney jobs, I can work from home.
I guess, yeah,
rent this house. Hey, you know, Orange has got good internet. I could do it from there, and then I only have to come back once a month, and it's 5 hours. So, so that's what's happening now. And the locals are getting priced out because the regional, the jobs in these towns aren't as high as Sydney. And so what's happening is rents are going up a lot, particularly in regional areas. And we saw it in that article we watched last week. Lismore.
Lismore.
Going up in Lismore on those floods.
All flooded.
But look at this 5-year change, you know. And you know what? In another 5 years, it's going to be this again. Going to be this again, because although the pandemic will be over, what won't be over is the fact that people can work from home, and people can now. You know, like, you know, do Zoom meetings, and people don't have to be in the office as much. That's not changing, Grovesy.
No,
that is not changing.
It's probably going to get even more, I think, in the next couple of years. I think I've told you before that the company I work for, and contracts that I work on, a lot of companies are going to this decentralized model where they'll have smaller offices in the suburbs, or maybe even in regional areas. They might have a small presence for people to come and meet up. I think that's going to be the model that they'll still have a CBD office, but it'll be much smaller. They're not going to have everyone coming into it, which never really made sense to me anyway. Why everyone comes into one spot. When, you know, half of my colleagues live out my way, out west here in Melbourne. I could meet up with them, you know, in a smaller office.
Why should they travel an hour, fight traffic just to get in to meet in a tiny space, and your company's paying a lot of money for that real estate there?
For CBD. So that's going to change the CBD real estate market. Like for offices, I think will definitely change.
So in another 5 years, we're going to see this again, year to year. Look at this: 20%, 17%, 16%.
That's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're just going to keep seeing it. We're just going to keep seeing it. Okay. There you go. 20%. It's all moving up. I'm not reading it. Just look at all those bloody flooded houses again. Horrible. Okay. Next one. You ready?
Yep.
Oh, it's our mate, Michael Yardney. Same thing. These are all, you know, rental shortages intensify. I mean, is this going to kind of sweeten the deal a bit more for people wanting to rent vest or buy a investment property?
I think it's going to make it harder for people to buy investment properties because they won't be able to save as much. So I guess if you got the money now, enough deposit.
Well, that's assuming they're renting, though, isn't it? That's assuming someone's renting.
Assuming they're renting. I
mean, they could be living with mum and dad and not affected by it.
Dad, different story.
So if you're living with mum and dad, then you're not affected because it's actually a better thing in a way because you're going to get more rent. But then again, you've got interest rates going up too, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, rent shortages. Oh, there you go. Okay, here we go. Rent, Sydney, annual change, 15.4%, mate.
Wow, that's huge in Sydney.
Yeah.
There haven't been much talk about that, has there? Like the
No.
Sydney's gone up.
No. You know?
That's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah. Melbourne.
And vacancy rate's 1.5% as well.
Yeah. And where's the lowest vacancy rates? Adelaide. Who'd have thought Adelaide?
Adelaide. Really? 0.4.
Why Adelaide? You know?
Guess, well, yeah, I don't know. No offense to Adelaide people, but yeah, it seems a bit strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a lot of mining jobs maybe that are coming available.
Look how yeah, it's
Perth,
they're all huge. Like 15.4% for Sydney's huge. Even these 5%, you know.
Yeah.
And the lower these numbers get, the more
rents are going to go up.
Rents increase, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think they say 2% is a balanced market.
Vacancy rate 2%.
Yeah, is a balanced market. So Sydney's not a balanced market at the moment.
National 1.2, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And we've got apartments too, I think. Yeah, units. Let's have a look at these units. Back off, Michael. Okay, here you go. So yeah, houses have gone up 10%. More. Houses have gone up more, but even units up 10%. See, I see this knowing that I've got an apartment coming to rent soon, and they want a house. They're living in a two-bedder, and they want to find a little house, and they haven't been able to. But I'm happy. I've done rental references and given them glowing references, but it's hard to find one. But seeing stuff like this makes me think, oh God, because looking for people during the pandemic was shit. I had to rent a couple of my places out then. It just sucked.
Well, same. Like I've had to drop my rent big time. But once the 6 months is up, which will be in August, I'll be putting it.
What happens then? I mean, because if you in August, if you put it up, I mean, people are like, well, you know, if I go somewhere else, you know, the news says, oh, rents are going up, rents are going up, rents are going up. Do you know what I mean? Like people are like, I'd rather stay here than go, you know. Anyway, look at that. So look, the big ones, Darwin, 20%.
Yeah, 21%. That's huge. But you know, like we've copped it for 2 years as landlords. So it's all part of the cycle.
Yeah.
You know? It swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
Like people will say, oh, landlords are going to
rent going up is bad for tenants, but it's good for landlords. Like a lot of these articles that we watch, it's like, oh, the poor tenant and all the, you know, but there's two sides to a fucking coin. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
like
they don't have many stories about how landlords have suffered over the last 2 years.
Exactly.
Like some people,
and most landlords
aren't
rented, you know, sitting there fucking taking baths in their fucking money, right?
Yeah, they're not multinationals.
They're on average fucking incomes, and they're husband and wife team, shit like that. You know?
Yeah.
When's the fucking person going to be like, well, where's the fucking news for the poor fucking landlords? So if you do hear about poor landlords, it's about tenants trashing a place. Well, is it wrong to think, oh, I'm happy, rents are going up if you're a landlord? It's not wrong to think that, you know?
No. Well, not after we've suffered 2 years.
My rents have gone down really more than you'd imagine, Grovesy. Fucking heaps. Yeah. And it's still just as nice place. I'm still as nice fucking bloke, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Sydney up 10% in the past year. Yeah. And I'll make this bet. It'll be up another 10%. Boom. Let's bet a beer on it. Melbourne only 2%. That's not much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. But I think that will definitely change in the next 6 months.
Gonna fucking pump. It's gonna fucking pump. Okay. So keep going down. Yeah, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Vacancy rates, the units continue to fall over March, with Sydney down 2.4%. Okay. Okay. Next article. Yeah. Oh, this is a little bit different. Okay. Maybe we should have done
Tesla.
Yeah, did you see this?
Cool.
Queensland homeowner gives away free Tesla 3 with house sale.
Wow.
Well, so it's not free, is it? Free, but you pay for it.
You pay, But it's kind of a good idea because I mean cars are so hard to buy at the moment because there's no new cars coming in as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool, hey?
And they got I assume they got the Tesla wall battery and everything that comes with it.
Yeah, well that's probably why. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, next one. Actually, we're moving on from
this is an interesting
property to the next thing.
The national debt.
National debt of Australia.
I just thought this was interesting to show. So can you scroll down?
Yeah.
Show. So to give people a perspective on what our debt is at the moment. So every citizen owes $24,000 at the moment.
Yeah.
Give you some perspective on how much debt we've racked up.
And how long ago was that zero?
That was zero in what, 2006? 2007?
Wow.
So, well, no, might have been 2005. Anyway, it was around that time. So, but what I found interesting about this was that our debt as a percentage of GDP isn't actually that bad compared to a number of other countries in the world.
Yeah, like one Crypto King said that Japan and the States.
Yeah, well, can you go to Japan? You should be able to look up Japan's.
Yeah, okay. Want me to do it now?
Figures. Yeah.
If you spend $1 million a day, it would take you 2,438 years and 7 months to spend all of the Australian debt.
Yeah.
I'm not going to live that long. Thank fucking God.
Yeah.
Countries. All right. So let's have a look at Japan then.
Yeah. So have a look at Japan because theirs is phenomenal. I was quite shocked when I saw it. I was like, wow.
Off the charts, eh?
Off the charts, big time.
Tell me if you see Japan. I didn't see Japan.
No, scroll up. Down. It's in alphabetical order.
In Japan, there you go.
There it is.
Convert to
US. Yeah.
You debt per citizen.
75,000 US.
Yeah. So
look at
that's US. Ours was Aussie dollars, was it?
Ours was Aussie dollars.
Ah.
But theirs is basically
more than 3 times, but don't forget they've also got, look at the population, another over 100 million more than us. Yeah,
but look
Australia's
at
24 million, Japan 127 million. So 100 million more.
Their debt as a percentage of GDP is 251%. So basically 2.5 times their gross domestic product each year is their debt, which is phenomenal.
So what does that mean? They just
their debt is 2.5 times the whole amount of money that the economy generates each year. 2.5 times that. 251% of that GDP.
So how are they ever gonna?
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that. It was like no one ever talks about that, but
I bet they do in Japan.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem is they've got such an aging population, so they don't have the young workers coming through that are paying the taxes.
Yeah,
and and then the other one was the US. The US is, scroll down, 114%.
God, it's not much lower than Japan.
Exactly. And look at the debt as percentage of GDP, 114%. So, when people talk about Australia's debt, our actual debt as a percentage of GDP isn't actually that bad compared to the rest of the world.
Japan was 5 times that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
So, I just thought it was interesting to break it down to debt per citizen too, 24 grand.
Yeah.
And I guess the other point for bringing this up was that at some point in the next 5 years, everyone's taxes are going to have to start going up, paying this debt.
Yeah.
And that's going to have a flow-on effect. The economy will probably slow in the next couple of years.
Yep.
So, Yeah.
I mean, they'll want to get that down, won't they?
Yeah. And I mean, look at that interest. It's $19 billion a year in interest. So just to service the debt.
Yeah.
We've got to come up with 19 billion. So
we didn't have to do that in 2006 when there was no debt.
No. But I mean, in saying that, probably 400 billion of that, 583 is from COVID, which is pretty much every country's in the world's had to do that. So
yeah, a lot's been COVID.
Yeah.
All right, there's a couple of this is sent by the Crypto King.
Oh yeah.
Want to watch this?
Mm-hmm.
She's a hottie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's hear a sexy American accent. I'll put it on full screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a hottie. That's all. Like, you know, if people are this good looking, then
Megan Kelly.
You're just gonna look at her. Doesn't matter what she says. You just, you know.
Economist Peter Schiff on the news yesterday that inflation has hit 8.5% last month.
Inflation.
8.5%.
What'd you say?
Huge. 8.5% inflation in America. That's massive.
Huge, isn't it?
In the last month. It's the last month or last quarter, she said.
I thought she said last year, but we're going to have to repeat it because that's pretty important, isn't it? But what's it been in Australia, inflation?
About 3.5%.
Yeah, but
which is still pretty high for Australia.
But you know what? I do have a feeling it's just going to keep getting bloody higher.
I think it is too. Yeah.
You know, especially if other countries are saying 8%.
Well, and the longer the war goes on between Russia and Ukraine, that's going to.
And it doesn't look like that's going to end any time soon, does it?
No.
If you Google right now, we could Google what is the average time a war goes for, and it's years. It's been going fucking ever. It's fucked. You know, people are going to be dying. It's going to be going on for fucking years. You know, Putin doesn't look like he's giving in.
No.
Okay, let's have a listen. Megan.
We begin today with economist Peter Schiff on the news yesterday that inflation has hit 8.5% last month. That's the fastest.
Last month.
Jesus.
That can't be right.
Wow.
12-month pace since
12-month pace. Like last month over 12-month pace.
Yeah. Over 12 months,
1981. So
not the seasonal factor.
Highest since 1981.
Disclosing.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Sorry, I keep stopping, but it could be worse than it's disclosing. And I feel that's the way in Australia too. It's worse than 3.5%. But you know, like the way they work out inflation is they get this basket of goods. And it's bananas, it's a haircut, it's some oil, it's a fluorescent pool cue. Who knows what it is? Do you know what it is? I don't know what it is. We just told us
it's pretty much
basket of goods. But can that be influenced at all? Are they going to say, "Oh, we're not going to bloody choose blueberries because it's fucking $10 a fucking punnet for blueberries"?
Yeah.
Have you seen that shit?
Sometimes there's seasonal factors involved as well.
Exactly. You know? Okay. Well,
you got to strip that out.
Well, which normally oil is the oil going up fucking seasonal? No, it's not.
No,
it's fucking war. So are they going to say, "Oh, you're going to put oil in our basket of goods, or we're not going to put it now because of the fucking war"?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who fucking chooses this basket of goods?
Yeah. Yeah. Good question.
And how many are there?
Yeah. Maybe we'll bring that up next week. We'll look at the basket of goods.
No one fucking knows, do they? Basket of fucking goods. I bet there's no basket in that basket of goods.
Administration is trying to blame it on external forces, calling this Putin's price hike, which no one believes. Plus, Elon Musk is trying to buy Twitter, and it's getting really interesting. Really interesting. Joining me now to discuss it all.
Sorry, I know I've said this before, but she's a fucking honey, yeah?
She is.
She's a fucking honey. What a fucking honey.
Peter Schiff, he's the CEO.
I'd like to see, are we allowed to say I'd like to see more cleavage, or is that chauvinistic or whatever? But
it's politically incorrect.
yeah, it is, but that's what I'm thinking here. I'm thinking it's a shame we're not seeing more tits. That's what I'm thinking.
She seems like a very smart lady too.
She does. And I've just got a feeling she's got better tits than what we're looking at, or what we can see right now.
Yeah.
And Chief Global Strategist of Euro Pacific Capital. And he joins me now. Peter, welcome back.
Thanks, Megan, for having me back, and congratulations on your 300th podcast. I'm going to record my 800th podcast on Friday.
Grovesy, congratulations on your fucking 10th podcast.
My 10th.
Fucking Megan with the hiding tits has 300. What'd she say? 300?
300.
300
and
podcasts.
This old prick on the right said 900. Or what did he say? 800. 800.
I can't remember. But fucking Grovesy, you got 10. Hey?
Yeah.
We got 10.
Double figures.
Fucking double figures.
For the Peter Schiff show. So you got 500 to go to catch me. But
you know what? I listen to it. I do listen to it. And,
bullshit,
I
you do.
It's like listening to a foreign language you learn in high school where it's like, I can understand some of it.
Yeah, well, I use simple words, so not that you wouldn't understand more complex.
But even an economic dope like me can
fuck up. I'm sick of this already, Grovesy.
Yeah.
Repeat it all to somebody.
You go to the next one.
That's because most economists don't speak frankly because they're trying to confuse you, or they don't understand the topic themselves. So, but it's very straightforward. That's why it's easy to understand when I explain it.
Yes, I'm definitely your economy for dummies consumer. So one of the things I like about you. All right, let's kick it off with Elon Musk because this is kind of exciting. I have to say, I'm excited about this.
He looks excited.
Up to speed. He took over 9.2% of the Twitter stock last week, and what was a surprise to many of us, about $3 billion worth of stock, making him their largest stockholder. And Twitter seemed to be having an oh crap moment in response to that, and seemed to believe that they could control Musk if they put him on the board and got him to agree that he would buy not much more. If he bought more, it would amount to maybe just 14%, 15%, but no more than that. And that way there would be no hostile takeover. And if he sat on the board, he'd be prohibited from doing certain things. He'd have a fiduciary obligation.
I'm a bit bored of this. You bored?
Yeah. Do you reckon Musk is just bored? And that's why he's like, fuck it. I think I'm just going to buy Twitter today. I reckon that's the real story. He's like, I got so much money.
Yeah.
Twitter won't let me say what I want to say. Fuck it, I'm just going to buy them.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past him,
Yeah. Like 40 billion or whatever it was is chicken feed to him.
Yeah.
He's worth, I don't know, what is it, bloody 600 billion or something?
Like you buy what you like, and he likes Twitter.
Yeah.
So.
And he wants to change it so it's more freedom of speech.
He actually thinks he'll make it better. Yeah. Look, I'm scrolling through. I know Crypto King sent us this, which is really interesting, but we can't fucking listen to this shit, Yeah. This will drive us insane. But there you go. So Elon Musk is trying to buy Twitter. Biden's absurd. Yeah. Putin price hike. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what we talked about.
Biden doesn't know he doesn't know his head from his asshole. Of course, he's blaming Putin on the inflation.
It's just a political deflection, really.
Yep.
Well, I guess Putin has affected the inflation by not producing, by America not buying their oil, essentially.
Which is the next point, why the Russian sanctions are doing nothing, not hurting Russia.
Yeah.
Putting prices up. Okay, I don't care about Johnny Depp and a trial. Yeah. And New York's a subway shooter. Yeah, well, I don't know. These are, they're podcasters, Grovesy, these guys.
Yeah.
They're famous podcasters. What you got? 300 podcasts. Well done. But, if, she's a good looking bird. There you go.
Yeah.
Next one. Now, these are podcasts too, but, you know, we're not dealing with good lookers here. These like more doomsayer kind of. So we'll just hear a little bit. Yeah. Your mate, Martin North, the doomsayer.
Yep.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
So this is what we need, Grovesy. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Like a cool intro. Cool graphic.
We don't have shit like that. Ours is just fucking some stupid song.
Posts covering finance and properties with a distinctively Australian flavour. Well, it's another Friday afternoon, and Tarek has joined me once again. Hi, Tarek.
Looks a bit like you, Grovesy. Just
he does.
Some guy with headphones on.
G'day, Martin. How are you, mate? Yeah, pretty good. Now, I gather you're going through.
We'll fast forward a bit.
From the bank's jail card for a little.
I don't think I can listen to this shit too. Oh, there you go. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So this is about.
Oh, there you go. 4.7% estimate inflation. Yeah. So I don't know if that's actual.
ANZ estimates. Yeah. So it's higher than what we got. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But you can see for the last 10 years, we've been below that, 2%.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but
and look at how high is it going to go? Look, it started here, barely over 1%, and it's going to go up.
But like to me, inflation can be a good thing in that if you've got $1 million mortgage, but then you're getting a 5% pay rise each year, then it means your ability to pay off that mortgage gets easier and easier. So in some respects, inflation can be a good thing.
Say that once more. I know you've said this before.
Well, if you've got $1 million mortgage, but then you're getting a 5% pay rise each year, on let's say you're earning $100,000, well, it means your ability to pay off that $1 million mortgage gets easier and easier because you've got more cash. But sustained
inflation doesn't guarantee wage increases.
Yeah, that's the key point, is that you keep getting those 5% increases.
Yeah.
And also that the economy doesn't collapse because inflation is too high. So, but to me, inflation is a good thing.
Well, look, like you just said collapse. Australian business investment has collapsed, and the real household income growth.
But in saying, well, and that's why the RBA is tasked with keeping inflation between 2 and 3%, because that's kind of that's the nirvana spot for inflation.
Yeah.
Where you're not too out of control and you're not too underinflated either.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't want to listen to these doomsayers.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll leave their link in the description.
Yep.
And that's it. Bit of
cool.
Bitcoin at the end.
Oh yeah. What's Bitcoin done over the last week?
Let's have a look. Well, I've just kind of hit something and I don't know where it is. Well, look at this.
Oh, what would you do? Yeah, what's this one?
BTC USD. There you go. What's Bitcoin done?
So it's had a pump, is it?
Not much.
Oh, no, that's over 1 day.
If you look at the past month, it's still down a lot from
down 3%.
Almost a month ago.
Yeah, okay.
What's that?
Yeah.
A few grand.
Yeah.
And let's look at a year. Or we'll look at the 5 years, even easier.
2,800%. So 5 years ago, you'd be laughing if you bought 5 years ago.
Yeah, but it's had two of these big pumps where it hit 60,000 US and stayed around there. But now it doesn't seem to be going lower than 40,000 US.
40,000, yeah, it seems to be the low point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And if it's going sideways a little bit.
60,000 a couple of times, you think it could get there again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway, what do you think? What do you think Bitcoin's going to do?
Well, I think, like we talked about the other week, I think Bitcoin's tied to the markets. So it depends on what the markets are going to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, most people are saying the markets will probably trend sideways or a little bit up. So I think that's what'll probably happen to Bitcoin as well. Probably just go sideways and a little bit up. But who knows? Like, if there's any big geopolitical, if Putin drops a nuke, then you would expect people to get into Bitcoin.
Who knows?
As a safe haven.
Yeah.
Right. So,
yeah.
So, yeah.
It's still there. Yeah. Okay, we'll do what would you do?
What was that one?
I just wrote it as we were kind of getting ready tonight.
Yeah.
What would you do? Not advice.
Yep.
After expenses, you and your partner, you know who your partner is, Grovesy? That chick we had on before.
Yep.
Was her name Megan? Her.
Megan.
Can save $500 a week.
Yep.
You own an apartment and would like to get a house one day, maybe one day. So you're saving $500 a week.
So 25 grand a year.
25 grand a year. Where are you going to park your money? Are you going to park it under your bed where inflation is going to kill you? It's seriously going to kill you. Because we are in a position now, anyone that has money, because of inflation.
Yeah, it's going backwards.
Like before it was because of interest rates being so low.
Yeah.
Like you got to do something with your money because interest rates are so low. But now it seems that all the talk isn't, well, I guess there's interest rate talk. There's plenty of interest rate talk now, but we didn't have that inflation talk before like we do now. Like you do nothing with your money.
Yeah.
Inflation
going to go backwards.
Yeah.
Inflation's going to eat away at it.
Yeah.
3.5% a year.
Yeah.
Hence why, really, if you got cash, put it into property, shares, or a business.
Yeah. So there you go. Look at this. So if you're saving $500 a week, you've just answered the question. What do you do? What do you not do? You don't just sit in the bank earning no interest, and you're getting smashed by not having interest, and you're getting smashed by inflation.
And inflation eating away at it.
It's a double smashing. It's even worse now.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah, well, and that's the other point, isn't it? That what you're going to get like 1% on that money.
1% interest, and you're going way backwards.
Going backwards
by not doing something with it. So what are you going to do with it? Like, I guess the goal here says to me, you want to get a house. Do you have the deposit? No. Well, keep saving for that deposit.
Yeah.
And how do you save for that deposit? Well, you spread your risk. You buy some BHPs and FMGs and CBAs, and you get some ETFs. And then you can get a few.
And then maybe have a couple of pumps as well.
A couple of pumps on the NVXs.
NVXs, the Saras, those
the BTCs. The
battery plays. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, I think the point is, like you got to do something with it rather than just having it sitting in a bank. It's because you're trying to.
We said it last week. Diversify.
Yeah, because you're trying to.
Don't put it all in Commonwealth Bank because you don't know. Maybe Commonwealth Bank will, find out. Oh my God! Anybody who banks with Commonwealth Bank only has a year to live. Oh wow! Boom, and then the company ends. I mean, very rare for that to happen. Yeah. But if that happens, you're up shit creek. But if you've only got a certain percentage in Commonwealth Bank, then it's not a disaster.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Yep. Sounds good.
It's a good episode. Episode 10, mate. We did it.
Yeah. Double figures.
You reckon we'll get to episode 300?
No, you never know. That's a long time away. We might be dead by then.
God, well, you think so?
That's
How many years is 300?
About 6 years away.
Oh, I reckon we'll still be doing this in 6 years.
Yeah. We'll be nearly 50.
I will be 50. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you're the elder here. You will have raised the bat.
Fuck. 45 soon, mate.
Raise the bat. Got to have a big bash for your 50th.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have a big one for my 45th.
Yeah.
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 I just like big birthday parties, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. All right, cuz.
Good. All right, cuz.
We did it.
Good speaker.
Episode 10. I'm really proud of you. I'm proud of me.
Likewise.
Like,
going great.
What's the next big one? Episode 10 is a big one. I guess the next big one is episode 100. Yeah?
Or 50. Episode 50 will be
50. Let's just,
I reckon.
Yeah, 50. Yeah. Episode 50.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, good.
See you, cuz.
All right, cuz.
Great episode. It was interesting. It was a good one.
It was, yeah, that was a good one.
I just like it. It always changes, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah, we're getting good
I do actually listen to these. Not all of it sometimes, but you get on and you listen to a bit and have a laugh.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, a few people say to me, "Oh my God, you guys are so funny," but we're not even doing it to be funny. You know what I mean? We just we do it.
So we love talking about.
We're just naturally funny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
See you, cuz. Well done.
All right, guys.
10 episodes. Did it. We did
Happy
it.
Easter, everyone.
We did it.
Happy Easter. See you, guys.
Yeah.